Hey guys, welcome back. I'm gonna just do a little video and I'm gonna be getting ready while I do it. I'm gonna run some errands, but cutest thing happened to me. I walk out, my husband smokes and he's smoking outside. And I walk outside and he's watching one of my videos, and I thought it was just so cute. You know, I'm always talking very highly about him. Thank goodness. Because if I wasn't, it might not be all that great, you know? Anywho, I've been wanting to try this foundation primer. It's by Laura Mercier. It's the Radiance. And somebody told me that you use this kind of just, I'm just putting it right here. Use it kind of around the areas that you have little issues with age. So we all know I have this big thing about the wrinkles around my mouth. So that's what I'm just going to concentrate from it there. Try it out. See how it goes. And I have been waiting because for some reason this was on back order, which was crazy, at Sephora. The Hangover 3-in-1. This is by Too Faced. This is the it's a primer water, but it's also a setting spray. And it's very hydrating. Every time I went into, let me put my hair back. Every time I went into Ulta, I would always spray my face with it, because you can even spray it over makeup and it brings some life back to your face. And I finally got the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer, the white, because I have a few CC creams that are just really too dark. And I'm really liking this. Sorry, terrible angle there, huh? I'm really liking this Peter Thomas Roth CCR cream. CCR. Credence Clearwood Revival. Woohoo! CC cream. But it is extremely dark. So I'm going to try a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and do it on the back of my hand. I'm just going to kind of eye it, and I have a feeling this may be a bad idea. But we'll see. I'm just going to put a dab. And this is very, very white. So I don't want to go like super like heavy on makeup, but I'm just going to put a little dab there. It is pretty dark though. And go in with my, if I can find it. I am just having a tough time finding everything. I washed all my brushes and I'm yet to find the ones that I washed. Oh, just going to go in with this Real Techniques brush and just kind of mix it on the back of my hand. It did lighten it up quite a bit. I don't know if it's really enough. Actually, yeah, it lightened it up just good. Just perfect. Might even be a little too. Actually, you know what? That looks good. I don't know how it looks on the overhead light. And actually, I wiped it into my hand a little too much. But sorry, I'm going off camera here to do this. I got a neat background and I haven't really completely set it up. I usually, you know, measure them out and everything to make sure they're going to be in line with the camera, because they do just slightly end right off of camera. Yeah, about hand high and hand width. But I thought this one was really pretty. Everybody's doing, you know, Christmassy, Thanksgiving-y stuff and fall stuff coming up, but I wanted to be a little different. And I figured I'd do kind of a starry night kind of look. But I don't know if you guys have these little problems with texture on your face, but I have been having some issues with texture, and especially right along my cheeks. It's not really so much like, it's hard to explain. It's just a kind of heavier texture, and when you put a foundation on, even like a CC cream like this, You have to, that's why you see me smile, because I'm pulling that skin tight and just getting it into all those areas. If you are under 25, welcome and enjoy it while you can. Because, honey, when you start getting lines, they come one after the other. I'll tell you what, they're like, it's like tattoos. You can't stop at one. Yes, I just compared my wrinkles to facial lines. But also, I did get my hair worked on. I still I need to get it finished. It's not completely finished, but it does look a lot better. It is back to kind of a lighter blondish kind of highlight, but as you see, I'm very hesitant to put any more color because it's frying my hair. When you have hair as long as mine, you try to be careful not to fry it, because when you fry it, that consists of having to cut it, and I don't want to have to cut it. But there we go. I'm just doing, like I said, a light bit of foundation on. And actually, I'm feeling like this may be even a little heavy. I'm just going to go over it once again. I use the Pure brush. This is the same as the Artiste brush, the oval brush like this. I don't see any difference, really. Now, I did try the ones, which I'm using one to prop my camera up, if that tells you how I feel about them. But I did buy the ones off of eBay to try it, which I do need to get that eBay video together. The do's and don'ts and whys and won'ts about eBay. Just because somebody on eBay says something is real or says something, don't believe them, please, God, don't believe them, because I did that mistake and I wound up with garbage. I'm feeling like I'm a little too dark, so I'm going to tape my Shape Tape in, this is, what do I use? I use Fair Beige, and I'm just gonna kind of highlight, and I got a little monster there on my chin. I want to cover up a little bit, but I'm feeling like I'm looking a little dark, so I'm going to, I don't use concealer a whole lot, and I found that I use concealer mainly when I put my foundation on too dark, because then I can blend it down. I forgot to wet my beauty blender. I did find a cool thing to do is I take my MAC Fix Plus, I dampen it, wring it out real well over here in the trash can, and it works the same. Granted, you're using a setting, so you want to work a little faster because you're using a setting product. Now, I don't use, when you see me use my concealer, I don't bake my concealer. Little to-do. If you are over, I would say 35. If you have really good skin, 40, 45. But if you have a lot of lines, especially around your eyes, even if you don't, but if you have dry skin, you know, as we get older, we get kind of dry skin and whatnot. What happens is you, I should have used this actually, because this has got a little bit of moisture to it. I'm going to just take a little bit of this, the Too Faced Hangover RX, that primer spray. I'm just going to pat it over this. Oh, wow, I actually really like that. It is very refreshing. Because I noticed that the concealer was really starting to bunch up under my eye. Which, it's not that it's creasing, getting creases in it. It's what it's doing is it's pulling every bit of moisture out of my under eye and making that skin just look really, you can kind of see where it starts to, it's hard to see on camera. You can see where right in here it just starts to bunch that. It makes it kind of creepy. See, that one just did it. And you don't want that. I notice anytime I put anything that's really matte, which I love matte I love matte foundations, but they all do the same thing to me. I'm looking really yellowy on this with this light over here, but if you, I can't really, there you go. You see over with this light over here, this is the light I'm actually doing it. See, it cuts that kind of, that gold out. I'm just looking I'm looking too dark over here, actually. My foundation is not looking the right color over here, and it really came out nice. This little bugger right here. You know, I'm 48 years old, and I don't get a lot of pimples. I really don't. But I will tell you, here, not over the past very long, but I've been getting these little marks. Just little tiny pimples. I think it's more from stress than anything else. If you haven't heard, there is a voluntary recall on these here. I don't know if you can see it. This is the Benefit, the Gimme Brow. They're saying that it's okay to use on any other place besides your eye. I don't know about you, but I don't use it in my hair. I don't use it on my feet. So, that said, Too Faced has the Quickie Brow, or excuse me, Brow Quickie. That is the same product. It's just, the only thing with theirs is their darkest color is really, it has too much red for me, I think. It shows up okay on camera, but when I go out in the sunlight, and natural sunlight, to me it looks too red. See, it's going to look okay in here, and then I go outside in the sun and we look, it's more of a chocolatey brown. So, but gives me some color. And how I resolve that is I take the Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit. That's this here. That's the one that comes out at an angle. It's perfect for just going in. And what I do is just light, if you can see, just light kind of tapping strokes. Just to kind of give, what I'm doing is catching those hairs just ever so lightly to give them more of a dark brown look than that chocolate kind of reddish brown look. I have enough red on my face. I have been working hard on these eyebrows to try to get them to grow in a little better, and they just don't ever really want to. I don't get it, but you know, with age comes problems. So this is the highbrow that I'm using. When I'm not really doing an eyeshadow look, I like to just kind of highlight. I have hooded eyes, so I did this one a little lighter so you can see right along there, right up against that brow. I like to highlight not the brow bone, but I'm highlighting the actual brow. The reason for that is if you highlight too much around here, you make that look heavier, and it kind of even brings that down a little more. If you watched how I do my my eyes, you'll see I do the same thing with my eyeshadows. I tend to bring everything up to kind of lift from the eye. I hate my hooded eyes. I really do. You know, there's so many eye looks that I would love to do that just, I really can't, because they just really weight that eye down and really just give you that heavy, like closed eye, kind of just a heavy brow right in here. You know, makes the hood look even bigger than it is. I'm just going to go in here. This is Designer Purple by MAC. It's a purple with a little bit of glittery kind of color in it, and I'm just kind of doing that. I do it on the edge of my waterline, just more in the lash. It's kind of in the lash line actually is where I do it, but to kind of outline that eye. And the reason why I tend to go with a little brighter color than maybe a black or brown right now, because I'm not, like I said, going to do a real strong eye look. I'm going to tight line a quarter of the top with that same color. And right across the top, I'm just going to lightly, right at that lash line, right at the lash line again, come across. And that just kind of, I'm just kind of opening the eyes a little bit. You can see I just kind of came right to here, right to here, right. And I will also take, it's hard to show this on camera, I'll take the liner and I'll follow that lash line and just ever so lightly kind of tap up. And what that does is it not really gives you a wing, but gives you just a little bit on the edge of that lash. Actually didn't go over enough right here. Just a little bit on that edge to kind of pull that out. That's the only thing with this pencil. This pencil tends to do that to me. Go a little wider than I want to. I just wanted a nice thin line right there, and I got a lot more than I wanted. So I just hold that out, and with a Q-tip, I just kind of catch that. You can see that little, right in there, what I did. And instead of smudging, I'm just kind of tapping that along my lash line, just to kind of, not necessarily smudge it, just kind of very lightly smudge it. I am getting the worst camera angles today. Me and my, I pulled the whole drawer out. I have a drawer for each type of, well, a few drawers for each type of product, but I started out with a drawer for each product and it went way far. All right, I am just going to grab, I'm loving this palette, guys. I'm really loving this. I actually saw Laura Lee did a video on these products, the AOA products. She did these lipsticks are $1. And then they have the little sets you can get. It comes with a, what did it come with? A eyeliner. It came with, well, these all came loose, but you put them together in the little Z palette. It came with 3 eyeshadows right across the top. It came with the highlighter and the blush here. And I think the whole thing, I think, was $8 or $12. Awesome, awesome bargain. I'm going to go into, I said I wasn't really going to do much of a eyeshadow, but I'm going to go into this dark cranberry right here, and I'm just going to kind of, all I'm doing is right here, coming along, and just kind of, I'm not really doing eyeshadow, but I'm just, I like to open that hood up a little bit because it drives me nuts, and just kind of gives you more of a finished makeup look, if you can see where I'm doing it. Just kind of, it's not really necessarily a look or anything like that. I'm more doing a kind of adding a dimension to my eye because it drives me nuts that I have none. And then I come in with this. This is actually their concealer brush by Pure that comes in the My Little Pony set, which if you see me use these, I absolutely love these brushes. They are $59. And right now, if you use the code brushes40, you will get 40% off on all brushes, including these. That's all I did. It's just added a little dimension to the eye. Not much. This eye looks a little darker. But, I mean, it's very light. Once I blended it out, you really don't really notice it. But it does just kind of, it kind of raises my eyes up a little bit. I got my baby finally. I've been saving up for this brush for a very long time. This is the Marc Jacobs. This is the bronzer brush, which next, unless by some chance the bronzer falls in my lap, I will be using the Too Faced, whoops, I got the wrong one. I will be using the Too Faced, the natural bronzer. Actually, I'm not the natural. I like to use the medium deep bronzer from Too Faced, the Chocolate Soleils. But I just love this brush. This is like the best bronzer brush in the world, and I see everybody always using these. And it's like, I mean, it doesn't take, look at that, it's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're practically done. You can also just kind of, if you want a little more definition, I use the very tip, and I will actually just brush along my face. My hand looks terrible. Cut my hand over, but I brush along my face like that, right along here. And it helps to kind of define that face a little bit. One product, if you watch me, you will know that I go absolutely crazy because not many people know how to use this. And if you are one of those people, pay attention because I'm going to show you how to use Too Faced Peach Blur the right way. It is not a setting powder. It's basically a kind of finishing powder, a blurring powder. I like to use a kabuki. And I like to just kind of, you see how I just went in it a couple times? It doesn't really have a color. What it does is it helps to, it's almost like putting a filter on your face. If you, Too Faced is one of the only products that I've really seen come out with something like this. They started out with the selfie powders here. These were the original kind of blurring. I love this, the purplish one, the Moon River, because I come in right here, and I like to define my jaw a little better with it, and I like to just kind of brighten down the center. You can also use the yellow if you have more of a darker complexion, more of a yellow undertones. And also this is more of a bronzer type. This is a very light bronzer. Let me swatch all three of these for you. You will see they're very, very light. Very, very light. Let me just kind of run them across here. They don't really show up. See how they're just like ever so lightly of a glow. They're more of a glow to the skin. The center of the bronzer, you can really tell. The other two, they're more of just a glow, and they just kind of take that light off the skin. And everybody's always worried about this. Oh, I'm gonna turn my face pink. You're not. Let me go in here and show you. And I'm gonna go in heavy just so I can show you what this actually does. This is it on my finger. I'm gonna come in here. You see it? It's not really, what it does is it just kind of blurs. It gives a nice little blur. It's almost like it's a powdered filter is what it is. See, it just kind of filters that out a little bit. I'm not going to turn your face pink with it. Like I said, it's just going to glow you up a little bit. And if you're older like me, you know, what's wrong with a little bit of glow? Ugh, I got foundation on my mouth, sorry. I just got this here. This is Essence lip liner. If I could remember where I got this. You know what? This came with the AO. This is actually their one of their lip liners. Their lip liners are $1. And this is in the color Satin Mauve. This is really, it's almost exactly the color of my lips. And I like this. Oh, I just messed up, so you're gonna be able to tell. But I overline my lips with this color because it blends in. And it really doesn't matter what color. Ugh. I hate foundation lips. Unless I'm doing like a real fancy look, I don't like foundation on my lips. I will use it as a primer at times. But see, it just gives my lips a little extra definition because I have tiny lips. And if you come down here in the center, if you come here, whoops, here in the center, and right here at the other peak and do a line, and then you can come right here, right here. You can just do a light gloss over that, and what that does is it gives the lips that plump look because it gives like definition lines where it would be almost like wrinkles, like crinkles in your lips. And that's that. I am going to throw on just something, what kind of lip? I have really been digging these, guys. You know, I've tried almost every one now. I am going to go in, let's try Mannequin today. Mannequin. Use that movie, Mannequin. Okay. See, this is a little lighter than I thought it was going to come out. So it's actually a little lighter than the lip liner I used, but it's all right. Not bad. It shows up, see, this lighting shows up so different. I don't know why. But that was, that's out of the Jeffree Star, the nude collection, this is a good deal, guys. I mean, I have that one, and then I also got his summer collection, which I don't find myself using that much. This is the summer collection was this one. I like the other one because you can actually see the colors. This is the one that had Calabasas, Butt Naked, Venus Flytrap, Family Jewels, Hunty, You Better Work, Candy Ass is my favorite. Candy Ass now is and Flamboyant. But Candy Ass was that that metallic pinky color. You see me wear it a lot if you watch. But that's it. Sorry, I went on and on. I'm addicted to this stuff. But that's it. If you have dry skin, remember to if you're using something that's real matte, to always use a finishing spray that's more of a dewy type. This is a little bit, but I tend to do it like a second time, like I just did. I didn't really get much around my mouth. But that's pretty much what I wear right there to go run errands. I'm not a blush girl because I try to get all the red out of my face no matter what. But this is what you get. Just a cute little, just a natural look. But have a great day, guys. Remember, have fun, love yourself. If you don't love yourself, hey, nobody else is gonna love you anyway, so RuPaul says that all the time. And you know what? If you could have half the confidence RuPaul has, you would be just on top. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.